Hi everyone, it's Jessie. This is my first workout video. I've never done this before, but I've had a lot of people requesting that I do some type of a series or YouTube channel for the workouts that I do. As you can see, I am not in a gym. I don't work out in a gym. I don't have a membership because it's expensive, and when you can do all the same stuff at home, I would rather do that. So I have quite a few different sets of free weights. Lucky enough that our backyard is filled with a lot of professional equipment that my husband was able to get from a gym. So outside I have a few things that I use that would be in a gym, but typically you can get this stuff and bring it to your own house and use it. I don't wear makeup during my workouts because why would you? I don't have professional clothing because I don't need it. And so these are all workouts that you can do at home. All of these can be modified as well. I'm gonna start with a legs workout today. I do typically 3 to 4 sets of 6 exercises, and the reps range between usually 10 to 12 to 25 to 30 depending on the exercise that I'm doing. I'll have a focus, so my focus that day will either be thighs or glutes. Mostly I tend to focus on the glutes because who doesn't like a nice ass? So I'm just gonna go through that with you today. I'll probably go through the full set one time, and then you can, on your own, if you're a beginner, maybe do it twice. You can always, like I said, modify the weight, go down or up depending on your experience, if you're beginner, intermediate, or advanced. A lot of the exercises I do are, they're not as strenuous on your knees because I typically tend to have problems with my knees when I start doing certain exercises, so I try to work around that. So let's get started. I'm gonna put my hair up and then I'll show you how it's done. The booty workout. Okay, so you can't really see my head. So the first exercise we're gonna start with is what I call a band press. I don't see a lot of people doing this one, but it's really good. It really isolates the lower glutes, so giving you that nice lift. This is a heavy band. You can use something like, there's all different types of bands, strengths and all that. I use a heavy band, and what you're gonna do is you're going to, and be sure that you're wearing good shoes for this that have like some type of a dip. Oh, my cat is coming in here. Go away, go away, go away. So be sure you have some type of a dip in the like a groove in your shoe, because otherwise this thing will slap the shit out of your back and it really hurts. So this is how you do it. Wrap this sucker around your foot, and then you're going to be on your hands and knees. What you're gonna do is you're gonna do a set of, I started out with 12 when I was a beginner, now I do about 15. Get my fucking cat out of here. Go, get out of here, come here. Okay, sorry about that. This is real life. So you're gonna put this band in the center of your shoe, hands and knees, and you're just gonna push and straighten your leg all the way out, like that. So this one, it's pretty difficult at first. I'm gonna do 15, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, and then I'm gonna switch legs. This is also good for your shoulders because you have to put a lot of weight on them for this exercise. So I'm gonna switch to my left leg, do 15. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So it's really important that you like really engage the glute on that one and squeeze really hard. The more you squeeze, the more you're gonna get out of it. So next we're gonna go to a mule kick, and I'm gonna do it 2 ways. First way is gonna be on my hands and knees. I'm gonna put the weight behind my leg. If you wanna modify, if you're a beginner, feel free to put no weight and just hands and knees, mule kick like this. Just really make sure you're squeezing your glute, getting all the way up there and kicking that heel out. For me, since I have been doing this for a while, I put, how many weight is this? 10, 15. This is almost 20 pounds behind my leg. So, gonna get down on your hands and knees, and you're gonna lift. You wanna lift so that your leg is at a 90-degree angle. There you go. And I'm gonna do 15 of these, and then I'm gonna do 15 pulses. So I'll show you what that looks like. 9, 10. You really wanna squeeze that glute. I think this is 15, but I can't be sure. So this is where I'm gonna finish off with 15 pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 15. Oh, all right. Those get tough after a little while. Like I said, if you're a beginner, you don't have to use any weight. Maybe you could start with 10 lifts and 10 pulses. That would be good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then I'm going to switch to pulses. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15. Oh, it doesn't look too difficult, but it actually is. So this is the second version of the mule kick that I'm going to do. So I'm going to do a kick out. So I'm going to lift my leg, side like this, kick out. Do 15 of these on each leg. I don't use weight on these ones. You could get ankle weights if you wanted, but these are pretty difficult. After doing that other set, it actually becomes pretty hard to do these. So this is also a great one if you're a beginner. Weight-free exercise. When I'm talking, I lose count, so I'm just going to pretend that this is around 15. And I'm going to switch legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Oh, you're gonna feel pretty tight after those. So those 2 exercises, the band press and the mule kicks 2 ways, I count those as just 2 exercises. So mule kicks, even though there was 2 different ones, I count them as 1. You can count them as 2 if you want. So we're gonna move on, and I'm gonna show you how to do some deep wide leg squats. All right, so now I'm gonna show you how to do deep wide leg squats. The key with squatting is that when you squat, you kind of want to look like you're sitting down in a chair. You don't want to be leaning forward. You want to keep your chest up. You want to keep your eyes looking ahead of you and not down at your feet, because that starts to make you lean over. Some people squat with the weights in their hands. I like to squat with the weights on my shoulders because it forces me to keep my shoulders back, which forces me to keep my back straight and my form correct. So with the squat, you're going to stand, some people do more of a narrow leg squat and squat like this. Personally, that's a little harder on my knees, and I want to target, the wider you go, the more your glutes are going to be targeted. So Your feet are just gonna be very slightly pointed outward. You're not gonna be doing like a ballet squat where your toes are really wide, so just a little bit. And you're gonna put those weights on your shoulders and you're gonna squat. And a lot of people have you know, different techniques or how deep you squat. For me, I can feel when I'm doing a good squat. When I go to about here, it doesn't feel like it's just like enough for me. So I squat to about there. You're gonna wanna keep your thighs, your glutes, and everything really tight as you do this. So I'm gonna get my weights. I'm gonna put them on my shoulders. I'm gonna do 20 of these. So these, I just call these deep wide leg squats. For a beginner, you could probably start with 10 to 12 because you're going to be doing 3 sets of these. 2 to 3, I would recommend doing 3 sets and working your way up to like 4. When I'm doing a really heavy glutes day, this is more of an intermediate workout. But when I'm doing an advanced workout, I'll do dirty 30s is what they call them. So I'll do squats, sets of 30s. Really not sure where I'm at right now, but let's say that this is 20. One more. Ooh. In other workouts, I'll show you more advanced version of the squat, where you go from a squat to a kick or squat to lunge. But right now we're just doing an intermediate workout, so those are just simple wide leg squats. Okay, so you can only see my torso. So now I'm gonna do lunges. And like the squat, you gotta make sure your form is correct and you're doing them really deep, because otherwise you're not gonna get as much out of them. I think I forgot to mention this in the last part, but with your squat, you wanna make sure that your knees are not over your toes. You wanna sit back into that squat and really work through your thighs. That will help you a lot with your knees. So with lunges, once again, this is an exercise you can modify if you're a beginner and you don't have to use weights. I use weights, but when you start out, don't feel like you have to. So honestly, a lunge isn't that difficult to do wrong. So I'm just gonna show you how I do them, and there's quite a few different variations of lunges. Today we're just gonna do a regular lunge. In the more advanced videos, I'll show you how to do curtsy lunges and all that stuff. But today we're just gonna do a reverse lunge. So this really also targets your glutes. The focus on this is when you step back, you're gonna start like this, you're gonna step back into a deep lunge. And when you come back up, you don't want to put the weight on your toe. You want to put the weight on your front heel and push up off that heel. And then opposite, push up off that heel, because that's where you're going to get your nice lift from. Okay, so I'm going to do, honestly, I hate lunges, and every time I do them I want to cry, but I do them anyway. So I'm going to start like this. Let me back up the camera. Sorry. This is my first time. I don't know what I'm doing. So here we go. All right. Oh shit. Maybe not. All right. I'll edit that. Okay. So you're gonna go like this. Right. Push up. 2. Push up. 2. 2. So I'm going to do 12 on each leg. In my more advanced workouts, I probably do 15, 16. These suckers get pretty difficult, especially if you're holding weight. If you're a beginner, maybe do 20 with no weight. And you're going to do sets of 3, maybe 15. But intermediate, advanced, get some dumbbells in there. And you're going to want to do, 12 to 15 of these on each leg. I wish I had a counter, because I I can't count, talk at the same time. I think I'm at like 10, 11, maybe 2 more, 11, 12, ooh, 12. Okay, like I said, I hate lunges. Try to avoid them at all costs, but they're really good for your butt. All right, so next we're gonna go outside. We're gonna do an exercise that I'm not sure what it's called exactly, but I call it a side press. And this is really great for targeting your outer thighs. A lot of people do like the ab abductor or the whatever that thing is called in a gym. I don't think that's the greatest thing, but I could be wrong. But anyway, this is how I do them at home. So we're gonna go outside and I'll show you. Okay, so these are side presses. As you can see, I'm outside. This is a weight that my husband got from a gym. It says 25 pounds. I usually do 35 pounds, but it's kind of hard to hold, so I'll start with 25 pounds. Once again, you can do these with no weight. I like to do them with weight because I see results faster. So how we do this is, let me scoot this back a little bit, is I'm gonna hold the weight by the center. If you don't have this weight, you can use dumbbells and just hold them at your side. So this one, I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna kind of put my hand over here to brace myself, and I'm just gonna lift my leg as I keep all that weight on my outer thigh. Try to keep your legs straight because it targets more of your outer glute, I feel like, at least. Obviously, I'm not a professional, but so I do about 15 to 25 of these. I usually start out with my reps low, then I move my way up, sometimes like a pyramid in my sets. So I'll do easy set, second set hard, third set hardest, and if I do fourth set, then I'll go back to my easy one. Okay, I don't know where I'm at, but this is getting hard. Alright, we'll just stop with that. And then I'm gonna switch sides. The second side is always harder because your right leg, or whatever leg you just did it on, is really sore, so it's having trouble balancing. So just know that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I'll do 5 more on each side just to make it even 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so I'm gonna put this back. And I'll show you a bit outside of what this gym looks like. It's not really like a real gym, but we do have a lot of cool stuff out here. Honestly, I don't even use that or that, but I use this for my hip thrusts and things like that, which I'll be showing you in later videos. These are my biceps, deadlifts right there, and I think my husband uses that one. So we have this great set of a million weights that I can't even lift because they're like 75 pounds. With my arms, at least I could lift them with my legs. So anyway, that's my outside gym. It's great to have that. If you don't have that, feel free to get a cheap gym membership and you'll be able to do all those exercises as well there. But you can do these all at home. So we're gonna go back inside for one more exercise. All right, so this last exercise we're gonna do is called hip thrusts. You're gonna wanna lay on the ground on your back. If you're you're a beginner, you don't have to use a step. You can just keep your feet on the ground. Use some weights, or once again, if you're a beginner, you don't have to use any weights. You can just do this as a body weight exercise. So go like this, and your feet are gonna be like hip width apart. You're gonna rest that weight on your hips, and you're gonna push up. So you're gonna wanna put all your focus on that lift, and when you get to the top, just squeeze really tightly. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If it looks dirty, you're doing it right. 15, 16, I'm gonna do 20 of these. 18, really squeeze at the top. 19, and 20. All right. So, those are great for also this area of your butt, which is what we've been working out all today. So thanks for watching. Like I said, this is my first video, so I'm sure the other ones will be a little bit better. And I'll start to kind of get to know what I'm doing with this camera, because I really don't know how to use cameras. So yeah, and with that last set with the hip thrusts, as a beginner, I'd probably start out with like 12 to 15 reps. If you've been doing this a while, 20 to 30. And there's lots of variations on those hip thrusters too. So in the next videos, I'll show you different types of ways to modify and make them harder or target different areas of your glute. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this was informational, and yeah, so I'll just keep doing this. I don't know how to end this video, but I'm gonna continue and do about maybe 2 to 3 more sets of that entire round. And once again, this was an intermediate video, so I'll be doing more beginner and advanced stuff as the videos continue to come out. I'm also gonna work on do arms and shoulders with you, as well as ab exercises. A lot of people ask me what I do for my abs, so I'll be showing you and giving you all my secrets, and look forward to it because it's hard, but it's really good. So yeah, until next time.